it is Safdar that is set to return the serve of Lauralei Singsank. Same format. If you were with us for men's doubles, it is 2-21. Prevail in both, you're the champion. If the split, it's a single game to 11 to decide your mixed doubles DUPR Collegiate National Champion. There you see that big rocket forehand from Safdar.
Well, it's going to be interesting for us, too. We haven't seen Indiana play, so I'm even going to be taking in what their style is, and that was a huge swing.
A huge swing on a pretty easy one to get started. It's always nice to get the confidence flowing. Phenomenal get by Asplund. Couldn't get it again as Bieger puts it down.
That is pretty incredible. I don't know his actual height, but he looks pretty tall. To be able to get down that low and get that ball around, I know they didn't win the point, but kudos for the effort.
Serve of Bieger clipped the tape, but still playable. And Asplund kind of handed one there to David Bieger. Bieger will also represent himself in UVA men's singles, which we'll have for you a little later on this evening. It's our second of 5 consecutive national championship matches. Oh, big drive. That dipped right underneath where Singsank thought it was going to be. David Bieger apologizing, such a nice guy. To our crew that's behind us over here. Kyle Salenko, Eddie Atkins, Ariel Butler doing a fantastic job. Just looked over and said, sorry, guys.
Sorry, my bad. Just make sure you're awake, you know. It happens.
All right, even start, 2-all, Safdar. I think that may have been out, but a very tough read.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as it was happening, but sometimes you already make the move, so you're going to follow through on it. Worked out for UVA.
That's not probably a speed-up. Safdar's going to win all that much against David Bieger. That's kind of his wheelhouse. It's hers clearly as well.
Yeah.
Great drop there to get Safdar kind of on the backwards heel, back heel.
Yeah, I mentioned it when we started, but it does kind of feel like both teams are just playing their game and seeing if it works against the opponent, and Indiana's the one with more question marks at the moment.
We saw David Bieger play in the singles semifinals a little bit earlier today, and he was, you know, he's always a good player, but he was really ripping it in that matchup. It was against Django Chesong, who we just saw in men's doubles. You got to play well to beat Django. He did.
Yeah, he definitely earned it. Some of the shots that we saw were kind of next level, and not that we're not used to seeing that, but it doesn't always, you know, work out that way. But this place, this Pickle Lodge, is definitely a place that Bieger has enjoyed playing in this weekend, and him and Lauralei are having a good time, and well, now they got to chase down the ball.
Yeah, Lauralei will have to track that one down. And again, I mentioned that both veterans of this UVA team, both recently graduates now. UVA again for Singsank. Congratulations. They were both over at our place playing the other day, and some folks brought in some congratulatory balloons. Quick celebration for the Who's.
Yeah, David said he has until
in an opportune time there.
He has until August, so he's gonna like soak up not having a job until August, something like that earlier. So, yes, you should, David. You should play as much pickleball and see as much of the world as you can.
Yep. So he's giving himself the summer to see if it's realistic to make a run towards the PPA Tour, professional ranks, MLP, and you know, we've seen Bieger. He's always been, you know, physically imposing. You can tell he's an upper echelon player, but he's really honed in on some of the nuances over the last year. You can tell just since I've known him. Safdar, meanwhile, needed that shot, something positive to happen, and it does for Indiana.
Yeah, I was about to say something about the surprise that Safdar and Bieger are the ones that are going at it so much, but also I don't think Indiana's given themselves a lot of time to develop a point. There's a lot of balls hitting the net. There's nothing that they can really get started.
Yeah, a lot of quick points thus far. You're absolutely right.
Just playing defense right now.
That was an elite pickup by Asplund. And it pays off later.
There we go.
There's that rip from Safdar. Again, I mentioned, as we look at it again, boom. A prolific tennis career in Minnesota, transferred in the conference after graduation to Indiana. Meanwhile, Asplund is a little run here for the Hoosiers to pull back within 4 at 6-10. Asplund local to Bloomington, Indiana. Went to high school, Bloomington South. Bloomington High School South, just graduated last year, 23. And the Ernie pays off for Asplund. Again, he was a phenomenal high school tennis player as well.
Yeah, anybody that has that tennis background that's making it to mixed doubles finals has done a great job of making that transition, because it's a completely different game, as most of us know, but what a quick turnaround as well as a freshman in college.
Tape too much for Asplund. And Virginia, again, they're seasoned. They've been in a lot of these high leverage matches, the mini pivot in this game, and they don't allow it to become a flood. But give Indiana a lot of credit, just like Texas in our men's doubles finals hanging in this game.
Well, that's what you have to do really in rally scoring, especially, is just be there. Bad read for Asplund, but just be there, because it's rally scoring. You don't need to have the serve to score, so everything matters, which means the runs can come and go so quickly, and if you're just patient enough, it will come back to you. Obviously, you don't want to be down by 5 at any point in time, but that run will come your way as long as you continue to make the necessary adjustments, but also stay in it. Stay in it. Don't just give in.
Big drive again from Bieger, and then you can see and hear the frustration level rising for Mehvish Safdar.
The key is not to let that get to her too much and start smashing the ball and losing the accuracy.
Oh. Well, you can go ahead and smash that one.
Yeah. Please give me that one. She's saying, I need to exert some anger on this ball. And the Gamma Chuck did just fine.
Asplund, I think, got a little bit more spin, that top spin from Bieger there. Kind of jumped up on him, rode up on the paddle.
Yeah, because it really didn't sound any different than some of the other returns he's made. It definitely had some sauce on it.
That's long, 16-9. Safdar would love to have another look at that one.
She could. The replay exists. She's welcome to use it anytime. Oh,
Bieger. He got there. There was really no way that he could maneuver that back across.
Huge hat tip to Safdar for keeping that play alive on a really funky ball.
Great backhand drive. Safdar, again,
got to build.
Climbing back into this opening game. Game 1, best of 3. The pressure keeps coming, though, from Bieger and Singsank.
They're not going to let up at all, and they shouldn't.
(18-11). Singsank's been very aggressive in this match. Love to see that.
Yeah, for sure, because you don't always get that with mixed doubles. The lady sometimes is asked, or the strategy is to stay away from the play and let the guy run all over the place, and that ain't her style, man. She's a hell of a singles player. She's a force to be reckoned with on the court, and if she can get to it, David Barrow move, because she's going to take it.
And a serve misfired, a very inopportune time for Indiana.
Now, if you're Indiana, you got to hope you can find a couple points. That's not the best way to do it, but what can I take from this? What can we take from this moving into game 2? There's going to be a game 2, so we can't just give in and walk away with our tails tucked.
And a timeout taken by Indiana here. UVA think about it a little bit as they're at 20-12. Again, scores freeze when you get to this point. Got to win on your serve. It's game to 21. That drop from David Bieger on the previous point that got us to 20-12 was going to be a great drop anyway. And then when it clipped the tape, Joe, it became kind of indefensible.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to try and analyze something where the tape gets involved, but it's a part of the game, and so it will happen, but you kind of have to find a way to say, well, that is what it is, and move on. You can't analyze something that happened where the tape got involved. So next time, okay, I'm going to be a little bit more prepared.
Out of the timeout, game point. Again, this is game 1. Our mixed doubles national championship match. Safdar hit a couple great shots there, got Asplund what he wanted, and kind of the story of game 1. Opportunities for Indiana. Virginia, though, outplays their way to a 1-0 lead, and Singsank and Bieger 1 game away from a national championship. Second game, best of 3 on the other side. This is the DUPR Collegiate Individual Nationals all weekend, and now on Championship Sunday from the Pickleball Lodge just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. Don't go anywhere. Just match 2 of 5 to decide national champions we bring you tonight.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard.
At UFOS, we don't make footwear. We make shock absorbers, fatigue fighters, mobility maximizers. This is the science of active recovery. Revolutionary UFOM technology absorbs impact and reduces pressure. It's the foundation of every pair of UFOS and the key to recovering faster. This is not a shoe. This is UFOS Active Recovery. Activate your recovery with UFOS.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
John Laser, Joe Hutzler back with you here at the DUPR Collegiate Individual Nationals, and David Bieger smiling because his team of himself and Lauralei Singsank won game 1, 21-12, but he was also giving us some grief over here because we were holding up the match, as television tends to do, or in this case, stream. He was just smiling over here at us until we came back at a break. Sorry, buddy. 1-0, though. Virginia has the lead.
I mean, here and performance, when else does he have to break for TV? So he should be used to it when we're involved.
Oh, yeah, when we're used to him giving us grief for it when we do it.
Yeah, exactly.
2-0, quick start. Like you said, Indiana can't carry game 1 into game 2 here. But I think what I'm noticing thus far, Lauralei and Mev kind of playing straight up a little bit, and Bieger just the way more seasoned player. Asplund, as we mentioned, just 19 and a freshman in college.
And there's a clear 2 in a row right now. There have been multiple chances where Asplund's there. He's where he needs to be. He's just not able to get enough off the ball, off the paddle in the sweet spot to get it back across the net. If he fixes that instead of going down and goes across, then he's going to be a really tough force to deal with, because we've seen guys with his size and shape, they're really, really hard to play against.
5-0. It's been really hard thus far here in game 2. And also, Lauralei Singsank, again, we see her play a lot. She's playing really well today.
Yeah, obviously there's ebbs and flows of games, but when you're struggling like Indiana is for a point, and then you got Bieger and Singsank, who clearly had a great trip from Bristol to get up here. They've carried that into their game.
Mehvish Safdar, though, caught the line and needed it, but it doesn't last for long. As 6-1 after Indiana got on the board. Yeah, drove from Bristol. We ourselves drove from Richmond. We were all kind of wearing out the interstate up here just outside of Cincinnati. Glad, though, that somebody made the trip. It's been an awesome experience already.
Yeah.
Safdar, no trouble. Spiking that one through the middle.
It's really welcoming to see the same faces, too. I love that these players are so committed to being a part of what DUPR is doing and loving their time, and we certainly can feed off of that, too. We've loved our experiences working with DUPR.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Fiorella, who we'll see from Clemson, we know in the women's singles, and we didn't talk to her yet because she was playing when we walked in, but her partner walked over and said, "Hey, what are you guys doing?"
I recognize you.
Yeah, but not from here.
Not from here. What in the world? All you know, we're just passing through. 8 hours, 511 miles. We're just hanging out.
Oh, phenomenal shot there by Asplund. He read that one.
Yes.
Like a hitter teeing off on a fastball.
And you need that. If you're in his position, you got to see one go, I'm in the right spot. Can I just get one to go across the net? And that time he did.
It's just pressure, that serve return, that deep slice gets him just a slightly elevated drop, top spin to the baseline. It's just a lot of pressure all the time.
And you've mentioned it a couple times, and I'm going to say it again. I feel like there is a difference in the seasonality of these two teams. It's very young players in the sport of pickleball, plus partnership on Indiana's side, and then the veterans that feel like they've been doing it forever on UVA side. And it does show in certain points, especially when it gets to a tight rally. Lauralei came flying in there.
Yeah, she did, and Asplund caught her as she did, and here come the Hoosiers a little bit. A mini run here in game 2. Got what you wanted. Smiling back at David Bieger, saying, "My bad. Set myself up, didn't finish it." Now Indiana coming right back in it.
2 straight dinks straight ahead purposefully for Asplund at Singsank.
Oh, that danced on top of the tape, and now it's more than a mini run for the Hoosiers right back in it here in game 2.
Hey, and that's another beautiful thing about rally scoring. I'll say it the rest of the day. You'll hear me say it a lot. You're just never really out of it.
Oh, just couldn't decide, and I think the subtle movement there from Singsank. Yeah, just couldn't decide if he was going to take that middle or down the line.
I bet you're right about his eyes too. He probably took his eye off the ball.
On Lauralei. Yep. So Virginia now pulls back ahead by 3, and just as we said about rally scoring and coming back, you can reopen a lead pretty quick.
That's true.
It's just fast. Good, bad, indifferent. It's fast.
Good cover. I like that cover from Safdar, not allowing the ball, not for Asplund to stay in the back and play on the baseline. It's going to be much tougher. So she steps over and does her own poach, if you will, and keeps that point alive for Indiana.
Some question as to whether that hit Asplund. It looked like it was going to because he had his arm crooked, and I think he said it went right through, like went right through my arm.
Yeah. Well, that's the right thing to say.
Well, I think he's right also.
I didn't audibly hear anything, and a paddle is still going to make a sound, or you're going to see the ball
change direction.
Off. Yeah.
Big drive from Bieger there, and that's impressive because of where he hit it back beyond the baseline.
Yeah, that's singles territory showing up for Bieger. He's practicing for that men's singles match here in a little while.
Yep, he'll get a little break after this match. Got his hands full in that singles final. Asplund, excellent put away there. 9-12. Again, just like kind of in the men's doubles, feels like Virginia's had a grasp of this game and this match, but just like we saw in men's doubles, felt that way for Texas. And all of a sudden Florida came back and they were on top.
Yeah.
But if Indiana's going to do it, it's got to be right here.
It's
Can't let them get any further out in front.
Yeah, it's got to be here. This does feel like the tipping point of the game.
Yeah, Bieger was maybe a quarter step slow following that original drive.
We mentioned singles for men's and talked about Fiorella Bozzetto for Clemson. Mehvish Safdar is in that women's singles final as well.
Well, that's going to be a doozy.
That's, yeah.
We've seen Fiorella play quite a bit. We're seeing right now Safdar play doubles, but you can see a lot of singles in her game.
100%. I think that she's certainly going to be more comfortable with that transition from tennis to pickleball. But she's the one playing now, and Bozzetto is drilling. So we'll see how that takes shape here in a little bit.
Nobody has the opportunity for a triple crown. Nobody made all three finals today. We do have a couple of opportunities for a double-up, Bieger being one of them. We'll close it down with women's doubles as our nightcap. And we adjusted the schedule a little bit. This match was supposed to be the first one of the day, but DUPR doing a great job accommodating some travel. I believe it was for Texas.
Yep.
That had a flight that was going to kind of cut it close back to Austin.
Back to Austin. And then they went and played 3 to the brim. I'm like, you guys still might be late.
Yeah. I think their flight was at 8 o'clock, but yeah. Told you my Cincinnati airport story on the ride up here. My terror when it said "Welcome to Kentucky." I didn't know back then, 20 years ago, that Cincinnati, Ohio is right up on that Kentucky border. We're learning stuff all the time.
The guy you asked was like, "Yes, son."
Yeah, man, you're in Kentucky, dude.
Dude, the sign is not wrong.
A deep slice return right to the baseline. That was an excellent shot by Asplund. Even better one from Singsank there. 18-11. Yeah, and you saw that's the clap of the paddle there from Mev. What do you want me to do with that?
We're going to see Singsank again.
Safdar, I like. Tenacious. Like, she just responded to that, drilled that right to the baseline.
Yeah.
Excellent return of her own.
You can always fall back on that, right? If you're a heavy singles player, like, I need to get a little bit of angst out or just hair on the baseline. Cool. This is my comfort zone.
Oh, that's a wicked angle from Bieger, particularly on the backhand side. A couple of points away from a national championship again for Bieger and Singsank.
What a dig out.
A couple of them. Oh, and it comes flying in for the Ernie. Lauralei Singsank for the verge of a national championship.
Oh, my Lord. Talk about an exclamation point for championship point here.
Asplund said, hold off on the coronation.
I got one more. I got one more in me.
Again, score is frozen here for Virginia. They got to side out. Win it on their serve if they're going to win it. Someone shot by Bieger. Been very impressed with his variance. He's not in any one predictable pattern in this game. Not that he usually is, but really spraying it around.
It's definitely a part of his growth in the last year, for sure.
Again, we've seen a lot of games that look one-sided that get to this frozen point and tighten up quite a bit. And now an opportunity. National championship point number 2. Again, we saw Texas fend off 5 from Florida before winning in men's doubles. And there's another one fended off by Indiana.
Pretty good contingent of Indiana parents and fans here too, so they're able to get behind that point. Got to feed off of it.
And great contingent of Hoosiers taking on the Hoos. And getting a little tighter here, 16-20. So against score frozen. Talked briefly to David Bieger's dad. He made the trip, said much more of the family would be watching the broadcast, so hello. And here's another opportunity for Bieger and Singsank. They're third, but again, Indiana fended off the second, chipped away, got a couple of points. I like this timeout. It's taken by Virginia. We'll keep it here. And the reason they're taking it is like, hey, okay, we got this third opportunity. Let's really think about what we're going to do with this point, or what we're going to plan at least to do with this point.
I really like it too, because it shows some of that veteran prowess we were talking about. They've been here before. They don't want to get to a fifth championship point that they have to defend. They want to talk about what's needed to get this one that they've struggled with so far. So not always the team leading is the one you see take the timeout, but I couldn't agree more. This is the right move for them mentally.
Well, I do want to point out also, Asplund walking right into your living room there, wherever you may be watching. And again, thanks for being with us for the DUPR Collegiate Individual Nationals. We have the ability, our crew has the ability to challenge line calls and replay. We haven't had one yet.
Haven't had one yet.
And maybe potentially through 2 matches.
How poetic that we go through the setup and have it ready to roll, and we talk about it, and maybe we won't even get to use it.
I still think there's an above average chance with 3 more title matches coming.
Yeah.
Especially in singles, you got to call a lot more.
I was going to say singles, yes.
Oh, Singsank tried to step in there. They fended it off again, did the Hoosiers. So, strike 3 on the championship points. Safdar smiling there, saying, come on, we can do this.
Yeah, fantastic leave by Asplund there. That's tough.
Yeah, great spot, Bieger. That's a gimme for players of this caliber. Opportunity number 4. Oh, great spot. We've seen Asplund routinely take that wide. Bieger was kind of leaning that way, right through the middle. And it will be 5 opportunities if Virginia gets that 5th opportunity. Again, the score freeze. It's kind of a wrinkle in the rules, and I think we've discussed it. It adds a lot.
Yeah, for the entertainment factor and competition.
And Safdar got the best of Bieger in a speed up that time.
It might be the first time that we've seen that too, so add a level of confidence for Indiana.
Bieger goes and gets it, leaves no doubt. Another chance for Lauralei Singsank, and David Bieger comes off the serve from Lauralei.
Now it's more of a detriment for UVA that they're a match point than it is for Indiana, so Hoosiers need to play with their utmost confidence. They've done this already.
See Bieger getting way more aggressive in the middle. He wants to get involved, and I believe we may have our first challenge here. And it's challenging. And so we will have our first challenge here. I didn't get a great look at it live. It was called out by Safdar. It was so close. It was that close range rifle shot right on Bieger, and just kind of a quick carom deflection. So we will take a look at it. Our crew will, and let us know if, in fact, that ball was out. If it was not, Virginia is your national champion, and they would be anointed as such on an instant replay. So the first of that kind.
Close call replay is...
it was out. So it was, in fact, out.
Check it out here.
And here it is right there. Great look at it, our close call replay. Excellent job by our crew. In fact, it wasn't really all that close, but I can understand why Bieger challenged it. Why not? If for some reason he's, just caught something different, you're national champion.
And he's got the net in his view as well. I love the flex by the crew right there on the zoom in, just so we know how close we can get this sucker.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Great job, everybody. And that one was out too, and suddenly it's 20 all.
Same point. With Bieger moving back across and it being out on the same exact spot. So interesting.
I think David is kind of sensing, we're on the verge of victory, and he really wanted to close it out. Got a little more aggressive. And that kind of plays, I think, into the game of Safdar and also Asplund. But championship point again. 6th time won't be the charm. 21 all. And again, just a couple points away from a decisive game 3. In a game to 11, Joe, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually 22-21. Referee just said so. Indiana has a chance to force a game 3.
But got Bieger in an attacking spot there. 3 opportunities. That roll on the shot prior set him up the cupcake.
Can you feel this? Something just changed in the nature of this match. There's so much more emotion being emoted by these players right now. I love it.
22-all. That's out wide. It was a heroic effort by Safdar to try to keep that point alive. Too much from Singsank. Another chance. That serve was deep. Bieger went for it.
Bieger even called it out.
And you could see Asplund had to go all the way back to the barrier. And that is out as well. And Safdar couldn't believe it. So another chance for the Hoos. Opportunity 8 for Virginia. 24-23. And that looked like it was kind of dumped into the net by Bieger, and indeed it was. 24-24. And it's interesting, the Hoos are continuing to try to play it at Asplund.
There's a concerted effort to get it to the young freshman.
Oh, great pick the first time, but Bieger was in such an advantageous position. Not a ton that Safdar could do. 25-24. Hoosiers just will not relent here. And Bieger, 5 great chances. Safdar repelled them all.
Ooh, that is what I'm talking about. What a heck of a point. Going the way of Indiana. Relentless pursuit.
Want to see how difficult it is to win a national championship? You're seeing it right here. Safdar's calling that out. And David Bieger's going to challenge again. So now, not only are we going to find out here with our close call replay, but also this brings in the rule. So if you challenge and you are correct, you don't lose the challenge. You can just keep challenging. If you are challenged and you're incorrect, you only have 2 opportunities. Bieger was incorrect the first time. That ball was out. Quick replay. And Bieger says, how good are you? No, yeah, clearly out. Yeah. Good call by Safdar. So now Virginia does not have any more challenges.
Yep, correct. In this game, if we do go to a third, they could use it again. They could use a challenge again. But yes, as close as this has been, that could be a factor.
26-25. Can Indiana pull this thing out here in game 2, force a game 3? It's all Virginia in game 1. Great shot by Bieger. The shot prior to that one. That deep roll that gets him a lot of pop-ups. 26-all. Great shot by Asplund there. Rapid rip.
Feels like we're watching this kid grow up in front of our own eyes here. At the way that this match has started for them, he has completely matured.
Yeah, and the fact that I think they're playing everything to him gave him a great opportunity to kind of work his way into this match. Comes swinging across, and that is good. Wow. And we are headed to game 3. Wow. Virginia looked like they had it on the platter, but the score freeze stops them along with the Hoosiers in their tracks. Game 1 to Virginia, game 2 to Indiana. We'll decide it in a short 1-11 on the other side of this brief timeout. High drama. Joe asked for it after game 1. He's got it, and so do you. This is the DUPR Collegiate Individual National Championships.
What's your DUPR?
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard.
At UFOS, we don't make footwear. We make shock absorbers, fatigue fighters, mobility maximizers. This is the science of active recovery. Revolutionary UFOM technology absorbs impact and reduces pressure. It's the foundation of every pair of UFOS and the key to recovering faster. This is not a shoe. This is UFOS Active Recovery. Activate your recovery with UFOS.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Decisive Game 3 Mixed Doubles Individual National Championship as Lauralei Singsank, David Bieger were on championship point 8 times. Credit to Indiana. It's not that Virginia played poorly in that stretch. Indiana just came on, used the score freeze to their advantage, and prevailed 28-26. This one just to 11. Yep, Asplund, you're starting to feel it.
Yeah, and there's a complete 360 on confidence and the whole strategy for Indiana, and the fact that you win that second game when no one thought you would only adds to the confidence they're going to have here in the third game.
Great pick. Couldn't quite get there. Singsank, that put them in a compromising position, but ultimately it works out for the Who's. One apiece.
Yeah, I can't even see the line, and I thought, "Ooh, that's awfully close." So playing with fire there, but live to see another point.
Oh, Singsank, how did she get that back? Wasn't there.
No.
Now, we're just seeing Indiana. First game is kind of a slower pace. Virginia took it to them. Now we're just seeing them fly all over the place, particularly Mehvish Safdar.
Yeah.
She is flying into the middle of that court.
There's been a new fire lit under the Hoosiers, and I'm not sure where it came from or exactly when it happened, but it definitely led to the contributing factors to win that second game, and it's only continued here in the third.
Again, Lauralei Singsank hit the winning shot for UVA as they won the team national championship a year ago. They've been through these fights before. They've seen this drama before. And after falling behind 2-1, now clawed their way back to a 3-2 lead. Yeah, saw that coming from David Bieger. I believe Safdar did as well, but there wasn't much he could do about it.
Right. There's some times where you just have to say, okay, I'll have to just forget about this point because I can't do anything with that.
4-2 Virginia. Great shot, Safdar.
Yes, indeed.
Singsank has that shot herself in the repertoire. 3-4 to serve the 19-year-old Michael Asplund. Asplund again. He's found that backhand. He's no longer kind of just keeping it in play. He's putting the points away with it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find strategy, and I don't know that there's any team poking fun at another player. Now everybody's involved. Who knows what's going to happen on each and every point, and that's credit to Asplund for getting better throughout the match.
Singsank a little loose on that attack, and Asplund didn't have a lot of trouble with it. His length becoming a factor now also. Oh, just barely out, but it was out. Aggressive lob.
Yeah, that's the one where you're like, oh, it's definitely out, right?
That would have been a potential backbreaker. She finds the corner there. 5-all, playing to 11. Singsank couldn't quite get out of the way of that. Heard her apologize to Bieger, but nothing to apologize for. 5-6, and we'll switch ends. So again, Indiana, they were down 20-11 in game 2.
Yeah.
Score froze. It wasn't a rapid onslaught. 6 opportunities while we were still shy of 20 for Virginia. So it was kind of repel a point, get 1 or 2. Repel a point, get 1 or 2. And that's a difficult way to do it. Indiana did it. And then also once we got above 20, they faced it a couple more times. And they clearly, it may not matter because anything can happen. One miss hit is a point here.
Right.
But right now, Indiana, you can see it. They're bouncing around the court. And, hey, we thought we were done. And,
right.
Now let's go let it rip.
And now there's even a sense of even less to lose. We can play even more freely. We can play more loose. We don't have to play tight anymore. We've already done more than anybody expected us to do. So let's go out here and have some fun. And sometimes fun beats tight. Fun beats tension. And we'll see if it works in their favor in the second half of this third game.
Asplund taking over on that point.
He's moving more too, right? Like
yeah,
I just felt like he was stuck on the left so much in the beginning, and he's all over the court now.
Yep, both of them.
Cool.
Bieger, an excellent serve return. Again, that depth of that serve return makes it so difficult. Yeah, it's 6-7 actually. There we go, the other way. Oh, Asplund, hand in the cookie jar point, just couldn't get back in time before he got scolded.
We've all been there, and the only person to beat you up is yourself, unfortunately, in that point. But no time to dwell on it. Got to take this return.
7-all. Bieger got away with one there, knew it, and said, hey, we deserve a break or two. 8-7 for Virginia now. 8-8. Tried to do a little too much there with that lunging drop attempt, transition drop.
These last couple points have felt like all or nothing points. No, we're not going to be deliberate about what we're doing. We're just going to smash the ball.
Yeah, and Lauralei Singsank slipped there. Now Indiana is 2 points away from a national championship of their own. Bieger made that call, but not in time for Singsank to pull back. And now it's Virginia that's going to have to turn aside some national championship pressure here. Yeah, look out. Indiana has done it against all odds in game 2. Left for dead, and here they are, national champions at the DUPR Collegiate Individual Nationals. Wow, what a turnaround in that match. Congratulations to the Hoosiers and Mehvish Safdar and Michael Asplund. Joe, you thought, I know, in terms of the drama, we couldn't match 1, which was the national championship for Texas in men's double, and then bang, like a light switch, that match got heated up in a hurry.
That's what's so weird about this one is the other match was like that from the jump, and this one just felt like here we already know the result. It's just dragging on until the very end, and I don't know what happened specifically, where it came from, but I'm so glad it did because we got a heck of a finish. Big congratulations to Indiana for a newer partnership like these two. What else could you ask for as far as the confidence needed to go into another tournament and think you're going to win that one too?